for me to say my testimony, it'd take me like a 17 series of so much, but I was excited to finally share, especially on hope, because I do feel that I've been hopeless 100 times. And now I can't imagine feeling that way, and I will never, ever feel that way again, And I just wanted to share my story and actually wrote down a 500 things and never finished it. So I'm just going off of my testimony because I know that very easy. That's something I could tell for days. And, I'm 28 years old. I'm very young for, considering everybody that was before me, and they spoke so well. And I'm like so nervous just because of how well everyone was spoken. I'm actually, this prayer over here, I do have to say, you guys made demons tremble today with that. I mean, the devil is fleeing out of here. He's afraid, and that's what we're here to do. We're here to kick the devil in the face. I mean, that's the point. Let's see here. Well, I to start it, it would have to start with, growing up, I struggled a whole lot with depression and insecurities and just not feeling good. Just we went through so much growing up, two broken homes. The only time I felt really at peace would be the car ride in between, where I would just look at the stars and just, from being a little girl, I knew God was up there, and I would just look and I would just pray like this is the only time I have any peace. Went from one home to another, and starting in fifth grade was the first time I had alcohol. I have a daughter who's in fourth grade, so it's just unimaginable. It's just unbelievable to think that in a year from now she'll be drinking and smoking marijuana. I can't think of it, but that was the first time I drank and smoked was in fifth grade. By the time I was in seventh grade, I was professional. I was taking shots, I was smoking, I was doing all kind of stuff, I just from the beginning I was hooked. It it numbed me. I felt like I could laugh. I felt like I could smile, like I could be myself. I had no other way to do that other than being on something, So I started taking pills and Vicodins and I mean, really anything. I was taking too much cough medicine just to not feel sober, just to feel nothing, to laugh, anything, And by the time I was a freshman in high school, I was doing ecstasy. I probably did it for a month straight, honestly. My one of my friend's boyfriends sold it, so he had like a safe full of it. So I did ecstasy for a month straight, and I tried cocaine when I was a freshman in high school. I hated myself. I was depressed. I was doing things that, you know, kids my age weren't doing. They weren't doing that. I mean, my group of friends were, but to all the other girls and guys in school, we were like the bad girls. Like, what are they doing? We were broken. We just wanted to feel something different. We just didn't want to feel what we all had broken homes. I was abused um, physically, mentally, sexually, so I just didn't want to feel. I didn't want to remember those moments. I didn't want to remember those times. I just wanted to escape it all at all cost. I mean, I struggled even just a man just coming towards me to hug me and just feeling the brisk of his beard would send chills down my spine, and I would just want to just punch him in the face for giving me a hug. I couldn't stand it. I hated it. I didn't want to hold a guy's hand. Normal girls in middle school and in freshman year of high school, that's like their peak time to want boys around them and want to be held and hold hands, boyfriend, all that stuff. And I was like, no, I want to kick you in the face. That's what I want to do. So it was hard, and I tried to hide it. And I did have boyfriends, and I tried to hide it. And it just caused me to stick with men who weren't right for me because I wanted somebody who was rough. I wanted somebody who was just as dysfunctional and broken as me and even tougher, you know. So I ended up seeing somebody and ended up giving birth to my daughter. And I changed when I was pregnant. I mean, God, I prayed. I prayed because out of desperation, God, send me an angel. God, send me a reason to want to wake up because I look in the mirror and I hate what I see. I hate what I put my mom through, my sisters, the example that I was giving. I'm the oldest sister, and I felt like a piece of crap every day. I felt so unworthy. Um, so I prayed, God, send me something. God, just an angel. And a week later, I found out I was pregnant, and I was really young. I knew that guy was not for me. It just happened, God sent me a kid because he didn't know what else was going to slow me down, I don't know. But it was from God, and I changed for a while. When I was pregnant, I obviously didn't do anything wrong. I was excited to have my baby, and um, you know, I, I was good for a while. And then slowly, I didn't stay with her father. I didn't even make it till my daughter was 1. We were broken up, and I mean, it started. I was a functioning alcoholic. My daughter didn't know. My kids to this day don't know that I struggled with alcoholic abuse. I would go and drink till 6 in the morning, wake up at 7:30, make pancake and eggs or whatever my kid wanted, and I did it. I functioned that way. I didn't destroy, my relationships with my friends or my family. I was just destroying myself. And, I carried on like that, and then I found somebody new who I thought was just amazing, from what I thought. I was a bartender, he was a DJ. I don't know why I thought that would work, but I did. I thought it was going to be great, and it was great. It was great for a while. And then it was a gradual dysfunction, a manipulation, a deception of lies where I lost myself so much that I didn't even know the difference between a lie or the truth. I doubted everything. Again, I'm hating myself. I'm depressed. I couldn't even, my mom went with me to the store one day and I'm having an anxiety attack in Kohl's for no reason because I couldn't function. I couldn't walk through a grocery store and make a decision and say, yeah, I want to buy eggs so I can have eggs in the morning. I was like, oh my gosh, should I get eggs? What do you think? Maybe I should call him and see what he wants me to do. And I was so weak and so broken and so sick every day. And, I was being lied to every day. So I had insecurities about everything. And then, that relationship again, I birthed my daughter, and I wanted to hold on so bad because I just felt like, man, I really screwed up. I don't want to screw up again. So I held on and it was hopeless, and finally it came to an end and I ended up back with my mom again, which she loves that. She loves having her 28-year-old daughter living with her, but, I immediately, broken. I couldn't look in the mirror and say, you're beautiful, or I'm proud of you, or you're anything good. I just looked in the mirror and I'm like, you suck. I just hated myself. And then, I was coming to church. I was coming to church every Sunday from the moment I walked in my mom's house because I'm like, I can't, if I keep going like this, I'm just going to head down these horrible roads over and over again. I can't, I give up. But it was really hard for me to, um, to quit drinking. That was the hardest thing. And, I never wore makeup at church for like 7 months because I just cried it all off every Sunday, and part of my tears would be, God, how can you be so good to allow me to feel your presence? How can I deserve this feeling? What did I do? I didn't do anything to deserve this. And I would feel like thankful and like bad and conviction and just sometimes I would just cry, and the alcohol, like it was hard. I couldn't picture myself not drinking. I couldn't. And I've gotten better, before I would drink and I would cause a huge fight or do some crazy thing. And, but, as now when I was recently drinking, I would just drink and drink and drink and go to bed. I wasn't doing anything outrageous. So in my mind, I'm like, well, I'm drinking. I'm not punching anybody in the face, so it's fine. And I just carried on that way. And I felt conviction, conviction. And I'm like, I can't do this. I can't quit. I can't picture myself without a beer or going to a cookout and not having a beer or anything. With my friends, I mean, you go to a baby shower and it's hooked to a bar. It's just how it was. And it really burdened me for a long, long time, well, months. And then finally one day, I just, had a bad experience drinking. Like, I mean, you don't have good ones. And I just decided to I'm not going to focus on the fact that I'm drinking and how I need to quit. I'm just going to focus on my relationship with God and keep pulling closer to Him because He's the only way that I can do this. I can't. I'm trying to pray for God to take it away instead of just strengthening my relationship with God. So I focused on that and I just got closer to God to the point where I stopped drinking. It's been almost a year soon. So I'm really excited. But, I stopped drinking and then there was like the feeling like, oh, maybe I'll drink at weddings or maybe if someone's birthday and then that went away. And I'm like, wow, it makes me sick to look at it. Looking at alcohol and seeing people drink just makes me want to like smack it out of their hand and be like, no, don't do that, because the road to and with alcohol, there's nothing at the end of that road. The road of depression, there's nothing at the end of that road for you. The road to, insecurities and alcohol and addictions to drugs and, anything that is negative is not of God. So those roads just keep leading you to a dead end. But your road with God will just take you. It's limitless. You'll just keep moving forward and you're not going to have these things happen to you like with alcohol where you have to worry about where your keys are or what happened last night. Did I say that? Did I do that? Or just being depressed every day and feeling bad about yourself. God's made us all different. He made us all special and we all have gifts. Not just, my wonderful mother. Look at her. She's amazing. She's an amazing woman of God and she's full of gifts. And she's the reason why I'm God first, but my mom's prayers is what kept me safe. And I think about my sister. My sister, she's a blessing. She's so gifted. All of us women, we all have gifts. And we have to learn to let God lead our lives so we can walk in them. Because, I mean, I look at you guys and you guys are all beautiful. Women, we change the world. We make it. I mean, everything that a man lacks, we come through. When they don't want to take the garbage out, we take the garbage out. When they're not making enough money, we get up and get a job. I mean, we're not just mothers. We're not. We're friends. We're mothers. We're teachers. We have things going on. Other than that, we're not just one thing. When you're a woman, you're everything. You just pick up the slack. You pick up the dirty socks from the floor, and you do it because that's what we do. And I really thank God for what he's done for me and I could never ever describe what it's like to feel what I do. Just feeling the feeling of these holes that were inside of me. It's almost like I could see them just being filled and it's like I'm an iguana that's just shedding skin every day, every day I hope God never stops changing me. I hope that I'm never done because I want to wake up feeling refreshed every day. It's amazing. It's just amazing what God can do. And it's never hopeless. And you're not alone. You don't have to take on your depression. That's not, you don't have to, if you do it by yourself, it's always going to be there. God's helps you. We forget that. We forget that He's there to aid us. And he's not going to not be there. It's not like he's going to go away. He's always there. And I have something for to read here. I'm still shaking, but it's okay. Yeah, that's it. I'll find it. Sorry about that. Okay. Um, it's that fire inside that keeps me awake at night, that flame that helps me fight, war against anything in my way, death to whatever kept me a slave, and life to what has kept me out of my grave. Strength I breathe and I proclaim, and that from this day forward, my life will never be the same. No shame, only pride, and anything not of God shall run and hide. 'Cause the Lord my Savior, you are at my side. Awake now I am, and I'm aware of your lies. You can no longer play games with my thoughts in my mind. Any weapon you choose is pointless, 'cause I'm protected by the holiest. Victory is my name, and happiness and success is forever mine to claim. And in this Jesus' holy name, I love my God. Glory to you, Lord. Thank you for everything you've done, everything you have yet to do, because God, my Father, you are my only truth. That's a Nikki original. I did write that. I thank you guys. And if we should really, we should be together. I mean, we should stick together with each other. Don't knock each other down. I mean, if you want to come to me, no matter what you could say you've done, I've done it 3 times. It doesn't matter. We should stick together and be close and not judge each other, but to congratulate each other and rise each other up always. And that's it. Thank you so much.